Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Easy English Wins. I'm your host and English coach, and today we're going to build your advanced English vocabulary by looking at a major breaking hard news event that just unfolded on the streets of Paris. You know, learning English through real-world news explainers is absolutely one of the best ways to master advanced vocabulary and grammar naturally. Our headline today is Foiled in Paris, the Bank of America bomb plot. Let's look at that very first word, foiled, F-O-I-L-E-D. To foil a plot means to stop it from succeeding. A great synonym would be prevented or thwarted. A common mistake learners make is confusing foil with the aluminum foil you use in the kitchen for baking. But here, as a verb, it means stopping something bad. For example, you might say, the police foiled the robbery. We have a lot of fast-moving information to unpack regarding this attempted attack, so grab a notebook and let's break down what happened.
Okay, let's dive right into this. Here is our roadmap for today's lesson. We will be covering 1. The foiled bomb plot, 2. Anatomy of the device, 3. The investigation unfolds, and 4. High alert in Europe. Let's start right off with Section 1. The foiled bomb plot, a near miss in the 8th arrondissement.
So French police successfully grabbed a suspect right as they were about to set off a homemade explosive device this past Saturday. It was an incredibly close call. The timing here is critical, exactly 3:30 a.m. or 02:30 GMT. Notice the preposition we use for exact times. We say at 3:30 a.m. Highlighting this precise time really emphasizes the stealthy nature of this attempted attack. Stealthy, that's a fantastic advanced adjective. It means moving quietly and secretly to avoid being noticed. The city was asleep, and the suspect chose this window to maximize the element of surprise. For a real-life example, you could say the cat was very stealthy as it crept through the grass.
Now, this next detail brilliantly illustrates the chilling reality of the chosen target. Chilling is an adjective that means something makes you feel very frightened or anxious. On one hand, you have a specific financial target, a Bank of America building, but look at where it's physically located, just a couple of streets away from the Champs-Élysées. We're talking about one of the most famous, heavily trafficked avenues in all of Paris. A blast here, even early in the morning, would send shockwaves through the capital. To send shockwaves is a very common idiom, meaning to cause a widespread feeling of surprise and fear. Moving smoothly along, let's go to Section 2, Anatomy of the Device, analyzing the homemade threat.
Based on the initial assessment by authorities, we can clearly visualize this severe, tangible threat. Tangible means something you can actually touch, something real, not imaginary. The device held 5 liters of liquid fuel. Connected to that was an ignition system, and inside that, 650 grams, that's roughly 23 ounces, of explosive powder. When you combine that volume of accelerant, which is a noun for a substance that makes a fire burn faster, with that much explosive powder, you literally have a recipe for significant destruction.
The crucial point here is that the device didn't just disappear. It has been secured and transferred directly to the Paris Police's forensics lab. Let's look at that grammar structure. Has been secured and transferred. This is the present perfect passive voice. We use this when the action is important, but we don't necessarily need to focus on exactly who did it. At the lab, it's undergoing a full comprehensive analysis. Comprehensive means complete, including all or nearly all elements or aspects of something.
And that brings us to Section 3, the investigation unfolds, escalating the response.
This case wasn't just handed to a local precinct. Several high-level French agencies immediately mobilized and took over the investigation. To mobilize means to organize or prepare resources for a specific purpose. Right now, the suspect remains in custody. In custody is an extremely common legal phrase in English, meaning the state of being kept by the police. We have the Counterterrorism Prosecutor's Office, the Judicial Police, and France's elite domestic intelligence service all teaming up, which signals a massive national priority. Now, what's really interesting about this slide for us as English learners is the specific legal phrasing the authorities are using. The focus is formally on, quote, attempted damage by fire or other dangerous means in connection with a terrorist undertaking, as well as a terrorist criminal conspiracy. That word conspiracy means a secret plan by a group to do something unlawful or harmful. By officially pursuing these charges right out of the gate, which is a great conversational idiom meaning immediately from the beginning, the government is making it clear they view this as a highly calculated assault.
Which leads perfectly into our final section, Section 4, High Alert in Europe, looking at the broader geopolitical context.
First, let's look at the immediate reaction from the top. France's Interior Minister Laurent Nunez specifically praised the speedy action of the police. For our vocabulary builder today, let's look at speedy.
It's a wonderful, natural alternative to simply saying fast or quick. Their speedy response is exactly what prevented this explosive device from detonating. Detonate is a formal verb meaning to explode. A very common collocation is to detonate a bomb.
Núñez actually connected this localized plot directly to the broader international landscape. Officials are stating that European domestic security concerns have increased due to the current international situation, specifically the ongoing war in the Middle East. Now, without taking any sides at all in those complex conflicts, we can impartially observe from the source material that intelligence agencies feel overseas conflicts are acting as a catalyst. A catalyst is an event, or sometimes a person, that causes a great change to happen very quickly. It's definitely raising the threat level for potential violence at home.
This quote brilliantly captures the current reality for European citizens. Let's actually do some reading practice and shadowing with this quote from Minister Núñez. First, I'll read it at normal speed. Vigilance in France remains more than ever at a high level. Okay, now let's slow it down for you to shadow me. Please repeat out loud after me. Vigilance in France remains more than ever at a high level. Excellent job. Vigilance means keeping careful watch for possible danger or difficulties. The authorities really have to be right 100% of the time, while bad actors only need to slip through once.
So, what does this all mean? We have to ask ourselves, how will European nations continue to balance domestic security with rising international tensions? It is a complex, evolving challenge that we will for sure continue to watch closely. All right, time for your homework. I want you to write 3 sentences in the comments below using our new advanced vocabulary words, foiled, stealthy, and vigilance. I can't wait to read what you come up with. If you found this explainer helpful, please hit that like button, subscribe to Easy English Wins, and turn on notifications so you never miss a lesson. Comment which word was your favorite today, and don't forget to grab your free vocabulary PDF linked in the description below. Check out the next video on your screen to keep learning with me. See you in the next lesson. Keep practicing. You can absolutely do it. Bye.